It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Rectenwell. This is Scooter.
Whoop, whoop.
Scott Callies.
How are you this morning?
Well, you know, it's just a wonderful Monday.
You've had a lot of Mondays lately. Because the last time we had you on there, you were having your third Monday of the week.
That was Wednesday.
Yes, but you apparently were having like your
86th
Monday or something.
in a row.
And now we're on to 5 Mondays in a row, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. It's a little different, you know.
Every now and then you'd like to move over to a Tuesday.
I'm just going to tell you this.
All right.
I have
Here
a
it
friend.
goes.
I have a friend that went to high school, was deer hunting in South Missouri, and on his way home from deer hunting, he got hit by a drunk driver.
Okay.
And out of that, being hit by a drunk driver, he lost his leg from mid shin down.
Okay.
So they took it off at the knee. And I'm going to tell you right now, James Wilson, I have a lot of respect for you, brother, because I haven't gone through near what you did when you lost your leg. But anybody that has lost a leg like that, it's got to be tough. I know it's tough because I still have my limb.
Just can't use it.
I just can't use it. and that ability, you don't know how hard that is. Not being I have it, but I can't put any weight on it, like zero weight, and it's a different situation. So anyone that out there lost a limb for whatever reason, I'm going to tell you what, thumbs up, because it's tough.
I know some people have lost one, and I mean it's amazing to see them rebound and be able to use that again and be able to blah blah blah, but it's a long process. It really is. And
that happened to that friend of mine a couple of years ago, and I see him on Facebook, you know, and I've not seen a picture of him where he hasn't had a smile on his face.
Yeah.
Even through the process, you know,
I love people that, you know, life just happened really bad for them, and they can find a positive to come out of it. It's impressive.
I'm waiting on the positive.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to smile again.
I saw.
I mean,
well, that doesn't happen anyway.
Your whole story was a good story about the gentleman with his leg, but if you're going to tell a realistic story, don't start off with my friend, because I didn't know you had any.
Well, there's only a couple of them. He may not know it.
I'm just messing with you.
He may not know it. But
I can see, I mean, having that and not being able to use it, how you got to move around, the cart, everything just makes for a tougher day.
Yeah. And when it rains, you know, your tires get all muddy. So I have two carts. So I have a cart at home, and then I have the cart that I use to go to work. So as soon as I get home, I got to switch out of this one into the other one, and it's just a nightmare.
We're gonna hope 3 more weeks, and
hoping hard.
There goes the cart. You'll still have the leg thing, but
hoping hard. So anyway,
hopefully.
Yep, hopefully. This is the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for the morning prayer. Brought to you by Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas. With all our respect is not just their motto, it's the way they do business. Ramada Jenkins Byler and all of her staff across the state of Arkansas, with their 29 locations in Arkansas and 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. They will take care of you in your time of need. You can give them a call at 870-425-2161. They'll be glad to help you with whatever it is you're going through. And now the morning prayer. Lord, we just pray for the people of Ohio, Lord, as they deal with this chemical spill from the railroad crash. Lord, we just pray that the government will step in and do what's right by those people and help them make sure and help them be assured that their property, their homes, their lives, their livestock, and the things that they love daily are going to be okay. Lord, instead of just brushing it under the rug, they need to go and investigate and make sure this is all good. Lord, we just pray for those who have lost loved ones. Lord, we just pray that you will comfort them, keep them, and just be with them. Lord, as we always do, we pray for all the travel that goes on through the school systems around the state as these student athletes and students go and compete in different things in their academics and in sports. And we just pray that you'll send your guiding angels with them as they make those trips. Lord, we have a bunch of people traveling into Mountain Home tonight and tomorrow to participate in some activities here. We just pray that you'll be with them throughout their whole trip. It's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas, with all our respect. Highway 5 North here in Mountain Home. Biggest American flag you've probably ever seen. Take a right-hand turn, go in there and see them. Talk to them about pre-planning and mausoleums and cemeteries and burial services and anything that you need. They can help you and be glad to do it. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We'll be right back after this quick word from the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zdora.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z team.
You ever buy a home before?
Good luck.
You ever-
Pretty much where we're going to leave you. Just,
Yep.
you'll be okay.
Yeah, you'll
be okay.
Yeah, it'll be okay. Yeah.
That's usually the answer to everything.
You
You'll
ever
be
had
okay.
that happen
It's
to you
all right.
before?
I have in a lot of situations.
And it's bad.
Yeah, I mean, and it's people that are in the business and just take it for granted and just leave you hanging and you don't know what's going on. And they just assume you know all the details they know.
Yeah, because you bought a house
Yeah,
25 years ago.
yeah.
And the world hadn't changed a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You won't have that feeling if you give Bob and Linda Zdora a call at 870-405-0793. They're with Century 21 LeMac Realty. They are the Z Team. If you call Century 21 LeMac here in town, ask for the Z Team. If you want to deal with them, you've got to ask for them. Each morning they bring us a shot of the White River, and this is what it looks like today. Pretty nice shot out there today, Scooter.
It is. For as chilly as it is, you can't tell it.
A little bit nippy out there. What you're looking at is a shot of the White River back in from Marion County, Arkansas, back into Baxter County, Arkansas. If it was a little bit lighter, you could see exactly what we're looking at, but it's that is the city of Cotter. In there is a baseball field, a railroad museum. Contractors Trust is off to the right. The railroad bridge is there to your left, along with the Rainbow Bridge. Way off in the distance is the state of Missouri. Off to your right would be the city of Mountain Home, and to your left would be the city of Bull Shoals. I'm stalling around to see if it'll change shots here.
Oh, I can change shots.
Well, there you go. There's a close-up. There's your truck there, Scooter.
It's there. Our fisherman is there.
That is the baseball field there at the city of Cotter, down along the river. Over to your upper right would be City Hall, and again you can see the Rainbow Bridge. Got a train coming across the railroad tracks there on the trellis. Just a beautiful shot brought to you each morning by Bob and Linda Zdora of the Z Team. Century 21 LeMac Realty, 870-405-0793 is their phone number. Their website is retiredtoarkansas.net. You can go there, click on live views. This is what you're going to see. It'll scan through 15 or 16 different shots throughout the span. Or you can click on the MLS listings to see what's available here in our area. And if you see something that catches your eye, you better get on the phone, give them a call at 870-405-0793 because it won't last long. And now let's take a look at some temperatures.
Our drop-down screen isn't working right, so we're just going to bring it over to you, Bob.
All right, well, we'll just bring it here. The city of Mountain Home is 27. Harrison at this time is slow go. We don't want to go. Harrison is 25. We'll go down here to Yellville. Currently is 29. Let's scooch down here to Marshall. Marshall is also 29. We'll go over here to Mountain View. Mountain View is 33. We're going to jump to Springfield, Missouri. Takes a little while, doesn't it? Springfield is 20 degrees. Feels like 12 with the wind chill. West Plains, Missouri. We got some folks in West Plains, Missouri that watch regularly. Come on. 24 in West Plains, and we'll check one last one. It'll be St. Louis, Missouri. In case you're headed up that direction for any reason, you might want to bring a coat because it's 25 degrees and feels like 12.
Little chillier this morning. That is for sure.
Well, compared to Wednesday when it was 70 degrees for a high, it's a little bit different out there.
And I get it. I get it. He's uploading the radar now. Everything's a little slow this morning for some reason.
What's really bad is right before we came on, I had just updated it. It's canceling out a lot quicker than normal. Big band of rain is going across the East Coast at this moment, but the state of Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, most of Kentucky, most of Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas looks all pretty clear. Let's zoom back into Arkansas. Get into the great state of Arkansas. If you're doing any statewide travel today from Rogers to Blytheville, from Fayetteville to Jonesboro, Fort Smith, Conway, Little Rock, Hot Springs, Pine Bluff, Texarkana, all looks pretty clear for us. In fact, it looks pretty nice. And it'll be a great day for traveling in Arkansas today. Watches and warnings. Doesn't look like we've got anything happening out there too bad. Way off in the panhandle of Texas, looks like there's a brisk wind warning or a wind chill warning. But other than that, looks pretty clear for us. 7-day forecast looks like this today. Becoming sunny, high of 44, low tonight 25, high tomorrow is 52 with increasing clouds. Gradual clearing tomorrow night, low of 36. Sunday, high of 62 and sunny. Partly cloudy Sunday night, low of 38. Washington's birthday, which is Monday, mostly sunny, high of 63. Monday night, partly cloudy, low of 44. Tuesday, mostly sunny, slight chance of showers, high of 68 degrees on Tuesday. Next Wednesday, looking at a high of 69, and next Thursday, high of 62. Lake level and dam reports. Lake Norfolk, 556.04, currently generating 2. Bull Shoal, 661.14, and they're currently generating 5. That's the lake level dam reports and all the weather updates for you. Brought to you by Bob and Linda Zdora, the Z-Team. Century 21 LeMac Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. These are realtors you can recommend to your friends, and I suggest you do it. This is the morning show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for community news and happenings.
Community news and happenings. All right.
News and happenings.
What do you got?
National Weather Service found that there's evidence of an EF2 tornado hit on Thursday.
EF2, huh?
EF2, yeah.
Where at, did it say?
Down around Bruno, I know they were hit by some stuff.
Okay.
And I know there was a policeman down there that got his family into their safe room, but he didn't make it. He didn't get in there. He's okay. He didn't get hurt, minor scratches and bruises and stuff, but apparently his house just got demolished behind him.
Well, been there, done that.
Been there, done it. Have you done that?
Yes.
Scary thought, huh?
Yes. Destroyed the whole house while I was in it.
There you go. That's not a good thing.
No.
Let's see what else is going on here. Let's go here. Neil Pendergrass has decided he will not run for re-election for the Mountain Home School Board. That's so they'll leave an opening there. The Baxter Health and KTLO are going to be holding their annual health fair in Mountain Home and Harrison this year. That's always a big event for the seniors, and the veterans around, they like going to that. We participate in that. I think we passed out over 600 items last year, or the last time they had it. They've had it postponed for a couple of years due to COVID, but that's always a good thing going on.
Awesome.
We've got some basketball tonight. Mountain Home is going to host Greenwood tonight at the hangar. ASU Mountain Home will be playing baseball Saturday. They'll be going on the road to Little Rock to play Arkansas Baptist. That'd be Saturday. Cotter girls in Norfolk. Cotter girls lost their game in their district tournament. Norfolk girls won. Yellville girls also won. So there's a lot of basketball still going on around the area with the district tournaments flying around. And let's see here. We've got Mountain Home Public Schools, Mountain Home High School Career Academy's Empty Bowls to Feed the Hungry Soup Dinner. That is Thursday, February the 23rd from 4 to 6 at the cafeteria at the high school. All proceeds donated to the Food Bank of North Central Arkansas. It's a $10 ticket. Your ticket purchase includes the choice of soup. First 150 attendees will be able to choose a handmade ceramic bowl that they can keep. It's a non-refundable event if it is canceled due to inclement weather and etc. You can contact Beth Ivans at bivans@mhbombers.com or Christy Lawrence at clawrence@mhbombers.com for more information. And you can buy your tickets from individual students. The French Club is going to Quebec in the summer of 2024. And they are having a chili supper to raise funds to help pay for that. It'll be March the 7th, which is a Monday, from 4 to 6 at the high school cafeteria. A bowl of chili is $5 in a to-go container, condiments, and dessert. You can order your tickets by contacting Christy Lawrence, clawrence@mhbombers.com, or purchasing your tickets from any French Club student. But please make your checks out to MHHS French Club. They're traveling to Quebec so they can see how French is spoken naturally.
I know my daughter went to that. She enjoyed it.
Yeah.
She did. She had a good time. We've also got a busy weekend in sports, don't we?
We do, but we don't have any time to go through it right now.
Oh, do we not?
Nope.
Okay.
We're about wrapped up. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We'll be back with This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora in just a moment.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This morning, my guest is Coach Hope Normandy from the Mountain Home Bomber swim teams. Both of them.
Yes.
Ladies and men. How's it been? Good year?
It's been a good year. Our girls' team is really down in numbers, but they're really skilled, so we've been winning quite a bit. And the boys' team is making their way forward. We're losing only one girl senior, and then we're losing a few on the boys' side.
How many student athletes do you have on both the boys and the girls' team?
22.
Uh, 22. How many did you lose? How many seniors did you lose last year?
Like 7 or 8. I don't remember the exact
Quite
number.
a few.
It was quite a few. It was.
But you still have a lot of good talent that you've been able to work with throughout the season.
They keep coming up, and we got that spectacular sophomore, Caleb Dew.
He's been doing really, really well.
Yeah, and that. So he doesn't miss practice.
Doesn't miss practice. Y'all still practice out at Scuba Doo?
We do.
And hopefully one day that'll change.
Maybe.
Maybe. You never know.
Never know.
Never know.
I just keep plodding along with what we've got.
Yeah, it's worked well for many years.
It has.
I know my girls swam. At least my youngest daughter did. I know for sure. So it's been a long, long time, and you've always been able to produce state competitive athletes out of that.
Mm-hmm.
And those people out there are just great to the program.
Well, I like when other teams say, you have fast swimmers. And I'm like, why wouldn't we?
Yeah. We have fast swimmers, but no pool. You know, that says a lot to the program as a whole, that you're able to adapt and adjust to the fact that we don't have a pool like a lot of these other schools do. And I understand a lot of the other schools use outside facilities as well, but generally they're a college campus or they're a city-run facility.
A larger facility with various things like lines painted on the bottom so they can follow them. Yeah. Where ours are constantly lost. But
how much does it hurt the Mountain Home swim teams by not having the diving facility?
Well, diving points hurt us in high school. We just went to our conference meet, and our boys were number 1 when we left, and we were number 2 after the diving because the points came over.
And you can't get AAA to separate that?
I haven't tried.
Oh.
Okay. I doubt it would be because of college and that, because we're the high
school. Because that's the way they score.
The format is in college too, and that. So there's schools that just, you have to overcome those who have the divers. We did that with the girls. We won state without that.
Right.
So it can be done.
How did your athletes compete at conference? How did it come out?
Both the boys and the girls were second. We were missing 2 girls, so that was quite good. We had like 90% personal best swims.
Wow.
Caleb Dew set a school record in the 100 back, and it was a very satisfactory meet, although it was in Clarksville.
Now, where does Clarksville swim?
They have their own community pool.
Okay.
And it's very nice. 8 lanes with a diving facility.
Is it somewhat like Batesville?
It is smaller.
Smaller.
But, yeah, very nice facility. Enjoy the facility, don't enjoy going there.
It's a pretty good trip.
A very good trip.
And you're glad you only make it every now and then?
Every now and then. Well, Russellville couldn't get enough officials to host conference, and they were having the same trouble down in Clarksville, and so they combined 1 through 4A with 5A, and so we all swam together, and then they divided it out on the computer. So it made for better racing and more kids. And
does that lengthen your day any?
I try not to contemplate that. We leave on one day, we come home on another.
Oh, is that right? That helps
Well,
out.
I mean, like we come home after midnight.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like football.
Yeah, and basketball.
And basketball. Sound like all the mountain home
Yeah,
sports.
and we all travel. We're all out there late.
Everybody gets to travel.
On that.
Where do you have most of your seasonal meets at?
We go pretty much all over, but primarily Pocahontas. It's quick, it's close. Batesville was also a number one for us because it was only a very short trip over to a good facility. We went there 3 times on that. But we also went to Jones Center in Springdale, and we went to ULAR. We get around.
How many of the smaller colleges in the state of Arkansas have swim?
Defining smaller, like Williams Baptist
Well,
has,
like a junior college.
Well, Williams Baptist has swimming.
Okay.
Ozark College in Clarksville has swimming.
Okay.
Of the smaller ones. And then you move into the D3 with Hendricks, and then D2 with Henderson and Ouachita.
Has Mountain Home put very many student athletes to the next level through swim?
We have moved them forward. Last year's Maddie Lynch went up to South Dakota, a D2 school, but she transferred at break time and now is at a D1 at Lindenwood. Out of St. Charles. Aiden Wilson went to Hendricks, and Fritz Vetter went down to Ouachita, but he decided he'd rather concentrate on his academics. He was taking like 18 hours in pre-med, so he didn't push forward.
But the point is, they're still going to the next level.
Some are, yes. It's a really hard decision to swim in college. The commitment of the academics on top of the athletics takes a lot. So your social life kind of goes to zero.
Nil. Parents kind of like some of that. They're not out socializing.
They know where they are.
They know where they are.
Yeah, they know where they are.
So when you have the normal meets, your season starts when? Your seasonal meets, not normal meets, but seasonal meets. When does that season actually start?
We start in November, the 1st of November. We start practice in October. And then we have kids who are in volleyball and cross country and stuff, so they come over when their season ends and that. So we start our regular season of 10 meets in November, and then we have our district meet in February, and then our state meet at the end of February.
And state will be held where?
At Russellville.
At Russellville. Okay.
They get a contract for 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're really anxious for us to build a pool, though. They're tired of doing it.
How many years have you been coaching?
Started in 96.
Here?
Yes.
1996. And it's been a good run.
It's been a run. Keeps me going. Learn something every year.
I thought you told me when I saw you at Batesville last year at a swim meet that you had some good help and that you were probably out.
Things change.
Are you back to being the Lone Ranger?
Well, no. I have a co-host, Coach Jose Jimenez.
Okay.
Who is from Clarksville.
Okay.
And he does junior high football, and he's been with me.
All right.
So.
That's always good to have some help.
It is, immensely. He handles a lot of things that I couldn't do. And so he's been learning the swim program, and then he helps us with our weights.
And that's an important part, too, as well.
Yes, it is.
It's time for a quick break. We're going to do a break right now. This is Hope Normandy from Mountain Home Bombers Swim Teams. We'll be back in just a moment.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This is Hope Normandy, Mountain Home Bomber swim teams. And over the years, how many state championships have your swim teams won?
One.
Just the one?
The girls in 2020.
In 2020.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got several district titles under you.
We had a good run of district, like 16 years for a while. They keep reallocating district and conference on us.
What does that mean?
They move us in whatever
different
division we're in, and that sort of thing. So it kind of depends on that. And
if you get too good, they move you.
I don't know what the AAA does or thinks.
Either do they.
I just follow what they put down.
Here's the rules for the week. The year.
I know. And well, anything that they do on the website, I have to print and date because it changes next week, and they don't tell you. And that, but. Yeah, we had individual champions in many events and
state and conference.
State and conference, yes. And then our top girl this year is a freshman, Pika Traver. She's the younger sister of Joya, who graduated last year.
Right.
And she got qualifying times and everything but breaststroke, and she came pretty close in that. So we're anticipating she's going to do quite well at state.
So when they do conference, do they issue a individual conference medal championship?
They medal 1 through 3 at conference and 1 through 6 at state.
And what level does it take for you to qualify for state?
Qualifying for state is odd. It takes a qualifying time, which is based on the previous top 16 at state, and some of those times never change. And some of them do. And then if they don't have enough people entered who have a qualifying time, like in breaststroke, because it's a really tough time, you can enter swimmers you think might make the top 16. And then they're all over entered in 5 events, and you got to scratch them down to 2 events. and hope that they get picked up. It's a gamemanship of confusion. So.
The excuse me just a minute. So when I get your reports, sometimes it'll say state qualifying time. So that's what that's for?
Yes.
So they've done it in an individual meet or a group meet
during
elsewhere.
The season. Yes.
During the season, but it qualifies them for the end of the year.
Yeah, and that,
So-
they're guaranteed to only swim 16. But if 17 or 18 enter who have a qualifying time in that event and stay there, they will run the 18. And now, this year, the 200 IM and boys is chock full. There's like 37 qualified in it.
Holy cow.
So if whatever they do, that time's going to cut next year probably, and they'll have more than 2 heats.
How long of an event is state? Is it 2 days?
No. Well, it's 2 days. Friday is diving, which we ignore. And then Saturday warm-ups start at 7 a.m. We usually get done around 3.
Just, it makes for a long day.
It does. Well, we go down Friday before.
Now, will y'all go watch the diving?
No.
No. Just, when you say ignore, you mean totally ignore.
We don't go to the pool. We go, we have a meal, we go to the hotel. They rest, hopefully.
Hopefully rest.
Mm-hmm.
Advised to be rest?
Yes. No. I sleep in the hallway.
You say nobody sneaks out on you, right?
We try.
What is the feeder program? Is it still the Hurricanes?
It is still the Hurricanes, and they've already started sign-ups. They take kids who have completed kindergarten and generally can swim one length of the pool unassisted, and we take it from there.
How many of those children, because they are definitely children at that point, stay with the program all through? Does that happen a lot?
Well, 80% of my team, high school team, is Hurricane, following it up. We have some who drop out, like they're done at 10 and they want to go do something else, and then in high school they pick it up again. And this year we've had some recruits who have never swam before and who are doing quite well, and I'm angry that they didn't start swimming when they were freshmen, like Keandre Burns is a senior, and he's just so talented, but he doesn't quite have the aerobic base to make the times this year. Next year he would, but he's a senior.
Yeah. So when you have them youngsters in the Hurricane program, in your high school students, can they come back and swim in the Hurricane program?
The high school can swim through age 18. So
they can pretty much swim both seasons.
Yes, they usually do. And
just to stay in it and get better.
Yes, and then they become coaches on the Hurricane team.
It's awesome.
And so
keep it built in. And
yes.
And you use the same facilities for the Hurricanes as you do for the high school? Or do
No,
you
the
use
Hurricanes are at Cooper Park.
So you use the city pool then at that point?
And then it's an 8-lane pool, so we have about 80 to 100 Hurricanes.
Holy cow.
In the summer.
Is it strictly Mountain Home or is it outlying schools as
No,
well?
we have people from anywhere. And we have some Viola who drive in and flip in, and we have one little boy from Mountain View because they stopped their program, and they come from all over.
100 participants.
I don't know all their names.
I want a list. I want you to read them off right now. When those students, youngsters, when they wrestle, is everything here at home or do they travel to compete as well?
Okay, we have usually 2 meets in Mountain Home.
Okay.
And I think this year Harrison's going to declare a team, so we could go there. And then there's Pocahontas and Jonesboro and Paragould who host meets.
But Batesville doesn't have a youth?
They don't do our AAU program. They're one level up doing USA.
Okay. And they usually produce a pretty good swim team.
They do. And Coach Al has some outstanding guys.
Good deal.
And they're predicted to be number 1 or 2 in boys this year.
Now, are they 5A as well?
Yes, they are.
So you'll be competing against them in a couple weeks?
Yes. I don't know.
We appreciate...
Russellville's number 1, though.
Russellville's number 1. We appreciate you taking the time to join us this morning, and we wish you the best of luck throughout the rest of your season in that state, and good luck to all them Hurricanes.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming in.
You're welcome.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora.
You'll wake everybody.
Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going? See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
It's a matter of taste.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for This Week in Real Estate with Mr. Bob Zdora of Century 21 LeMac Realty. How are you, sir?
I'm well, sir. Welcome back. I know you've been back, but you haven't been back for me.
No, I have not, and I'm glad to be
It's
back.
good to see you.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
I know you're kind of hobbling around a little bit, but you look good.
Yeah, well, I need a haircut and all
I like
kinds
it.
of things.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. How's things been for y'all?
We've been good. We went up north, saw Mom, and saw my other son, and saw Linda's brother and sister.
No, wait a minute. When did you make this trip?
Over the past weekend. A couple of days. We were gone like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I don't smell any Italian beef. I don't see a
It wasn't,
single hot dog.
It's in the car.
It wasn't really that trip. I'm going back up in March to get my taxes. You will have beef when I get back.
Any trip can be that trip.
Well, that's true, but I got
like I've made that trip just for that trip. You know? Come on.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll be going back up. I got to go up and get my taxes done, and we'll get that. I'll get you some then.
Get that handled.
Yes,
All
I
right.
will. I will.
I had to go for a funeral before my surgery, and I ate at Portillo's twice. Just because.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just because. The real estate world, how is it?
Real estate world is kind of an interesting animal right now. The real estate world is bigger homes are going right under. It's amazing. There's a lot of cash deals, a lot of taking small, little bitty mortgages, if that, selling. They had sold their house someplace else, and there's people that have been living in RVs for the past 6, 8, 10 months because they made a nice profit selling their house where they were, and something comes up and boom. I mean, it's kind of interesting when you look at when you do the stuff every week and you look and you go, the stuff that's coming up is is active contingent. Boom, they're gone. They're homes that are.
When somebody does a transaction like that, does that speed the closing time up a little bit?
It can, because if you're not getting financing, they may not get. You're still going to encourage your buyer to get an inspection and do all the things that are with it. I've encouraged people that were cash deals to pay for an appraiser to come out, just to make sure that this is where this should be. I mean, I can give you a good guess, but the appraisers do what appraisers do. Mm-hmm. And they're used to doing it for the banks and for other financial institutions, so they've got a different way of looking at things. Mm-hmm. They draw from a different pool. And that's an important part of it as well. You get into, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, you want to make sure that, okay. I mean, because people are basing the purchase of this home here from what they sold homes for and what their neighborhood was like where they were. And that's not going to continue over to here. You know, I mean, that's why people come here, because they can buy more home for less money, less taxes. There's a number of quality of life issues and all of that.
Right.
But as far as the physical domicile, you shouldn't say, well, okay, well, I got this much for mine over there. This is a nicer house than I sold mine for, so it should be worth that. That's not necessarily.
That's not reality.
No, you want to. So we encourage people to get an appraisal, and we've represented people. We're certified buyers reps. I mean, we have the designation from the National Association of Realtors, and we can help people with that. Whether the home, even a home that's for sale by owner, especially a home that's for sale by owner. Strongly encourage people to use a realtor on the buying end, just to make sure that everything goes the way it's supposed to be. Because we've walked into homes and talked to the people when they were listing the home, and tell them, we didn't see this in the MLS, over the past 15, 20 years, because we can pull all that stuff up. And they go, oh, well, no, was it for sale by owner? And we go, oh, really? Where did you get the price from? Oh, well, he said. Man, boy, do you know that's, he said that it was worth this much. Did you get an appraisal? Yeah, because judging from what I see here and what I saw before I came in doing a quick CMA, your house is worth this much. And it's never where that was. And they don't care, because they're going back to Detroit, they're going back to Wisconsin, wherever it is that they came from. They're never going to have anything to do with that buyer again. They don't have to worry about bumping into them at Colton's or.
They have that certificate of completion of the University of He Said, and therefore
that's
that
exactly
makes
right.
them an expert.
That's exactly right. So, we've had some interesting conversations with people about those.
How do people react to if you're trying to deal with a for sale by owner, as you being a buyer's agent? Do they welcome that? Is it hard to deal
Generally
with
not,
that?
because that's the reason they're for sale by owners, because they know everything. And because of that, it can be, they kind of take that, they get more of a chip on their shoulder, as opposed to if you're dealing with an agent, when you're negotiating things and making sure things are getting done and showings and getting inspectors in there and all of those types of things. That really makes it, they can be a little more, well, you can't do this or you can't do that. But yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. The laws, the state of Arkansas says we can. And we've had that happen a time or two. But you can't, yeah, we really can't.
When you're dealing with different folks and they bring you out to list, how easy is it for you to dig into the background of the home to make sure what their payoffs are, make sure there isn't a reverse mortgage hanging out there that they may have forgotten about?
Yeah, and that's really one of the first things we talk about. Linda asks them all the time, what do you owe on this place and who's got the mortgage? We don't particularly care how much it is, but just as kind of a number in the background, and then to make sure that the closing company, because it's going to close. If you call us, it's going to close. So we make sure that the closing company that we send the paperwork to has that knowledge. They know that it's a USAA loan. It's a loan through whatever. We ask them about reverse mortgages. It's one of the things that we've had come up a couple times where people have got a reverse mortgage on the home and they just took the loan out and never gave it another thought. They get a bill every month or a statement and they go, oh, yeah, okay, and just file it in that round container. And we've had homes that have been underwater because of a loan that they took out that wasn't for the full amount of the house. Reverse mortgages are a great tool for people that can use them properly, and to make sure that you know and you fully understand what it is that you're supposed to do, and whether it's a matter of just paying the interest every month. That may be fine. So your mortgage payment isn't as high as it was because you're just paying the interest off. That's great. But the kids, when you pass and the kids are there and they get that statement from the mortgage company, or they start to track down where the mortgages are, and they find out that the house is, hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, whereas if they had continued to just pay the mortgage or even just paid the interest on that loan, they wouldn't be in that situation, because that's an accumulating thing. And we've had several instances that have not been good for the family, with the death of a husband, and the wife's trying to figure out, okay, well, I'm going to go someplace, or I'm going to move into an assisted living, whatever it may be, and the funds aren't there, and that's not a good thing.
Which brings up another topic, because you've got those things to deal with. Make sure that you've got a will or power of attorney set in place. What happens if you go first? What happens if she goes first? Who gets what? What goes where? And who can sign what?
Exactly, Bob. Because you don't want to have that happen. There's enough stress and all of the things that go on with the death of a loved one, and having to try to figure that stuff out with, when you're really over the barrel, trying to, well, what do we do with this? What do we do with that? What would Mom want? Mom, tell them what you want. Write it down and make it part of the will. Even if you don't make it part of the will, I know my mom's got a sheet and she's got everything written out on there. These are the songs that I want. This is the clothes I want to wear. It's all hanging there. This is the closet I want to take this jewelry with me, and it's all done. So she's taken, this is the type of music I want. This is the readings I want. I mean, she's got everything on it. Thank you. That's very important, because the kids are going through enough. What do we do? In the funeral homes, they do that. They help people with that all the time. Well, we can do this type of service. We can do that type of service. Is that what Mom wants? I don't know. This sister says this brother says that, and they're back and forth. I mean, there's a lot of stressors involved in the death of a loved one. You can make it much easier. Power of attorneys. Make sure that there's different kinds of power of attorneys. There's one for medical, there's one for real estate, there's like one-time power of attorney. You have to make sure that all of that stuff is in order before it's needed, not after it's needed, because it's too late then. And you don't want the state deciding where your stuff goes. You want to send it to where you want it to be, but that all has to be done beforehand. I just really can't, because we run into that a lot, and I just can't overstate the importance of that. It's very, very important to get that done.
Absolutely. Let's look at some numbers.
This week in real estate. Come on, you rascal. There we go. This week in real estate. There were 41 new listings came on the market, 3 commercial properties, 15 parcels of land, 22 homes came on the market. They ranged in price from $493,000 to $65,000. Of those 22 homes, 7 of them are taking backups already.
Wow.
So it's still active. There were 17 sales, 1 commercial property, 5 parcels of land, 11 homes sold. They ranged in price from $80,000 to $350,000. Average sale price this week was $197,000. And of those 11 homes that sold, 8 of those sold for below asking. So we're starting to see that adjustment in the market. It's people coming from other places. They've given things up where they're at. They're kind of expecting some of that here, which is more of a normal where we historically have been. 83 days on market. 6 properties expired. 21 had price changes. That's a big number. And there's still 68 pendings. Currently, there's 216 homes on the MLS, so we're down 12 from last week. Year to date, for this year, for 2023, there's been 79 homes have sold for $15.4 million. Average sale price this year is $194,000 with 93 days on market. Last year, in the same time frame, from January to February 14th, is 139 homes that sold. But there were a bunch of them, like the first week that closed when the interest rate stories were starting to get going. Bought them at the end of December, went under contract at the end of December, and they closed like that first week of January. A ton. So last year, 139 for $32 million. So that's 60 more homes closed last year than this year. That's a pretty big number. Average sale price of $233,000 with 107 days on market. You see, the interest rates are kind of, they're bouncing around. They went up a little bit this week, but they've been down for like the past 5. So they went up a little bit, and the number of mortgage applications nationwide dropped some because of the interest rates going up.
What's the mid-range home right now?
We're still 175-ish to 175, 200.
the days of the $50,000 to $100,000 home are gone.
They're done. They're done. And I don't know that they'll come back. I mean, you kind of hope that they don't, because that means something has gone desperately wrong if they get to that, if some of those get to that level. And a lot of those were sold off. They were just little rent houses, you know, and a lot of those sold off, you know, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath type things, stick construction, you know, siding, carports. Now that's not, those are all scarfed up. Some of them have been knocked down to build other houses. But there's, you know, it's tougher for investors. I get a couple of guys that, you know, they're always looking, but there's just as much out there, and you got to be able to get their return on investment. It's too expensive.
And now the struggle for the first-time home buyer is real.
Oh yeah, well it has been, Bobby. I mean, they were so expensive, and the wages hadn't changed that much last year, you know, but the prices on a lot of things had gone up. So it's a tough thing. I mean, there's no question. It's hard. There's some out there. I'm not saying don't. If you're a first-time home buyer, don't go, because there's different mortgage plans that you can get into. You can get into FHA and RD loans here that you couldn't if you were in Chicago, Dallas, whatever. So there's some advantages to being here, and there's some programs that we can use to help get you into a home. It's a matter of finding. The biggest thing is the number of homes that are available.
Well, how do they find you?
Find me. You call my honey. She's at 87. That's the truth. Call my honey, 870-405-0793. The website's retiredtoarkansas.net. We got a great letter from a guy this past week that came in. He's on the cameras all the time, and he reminisced. When they're looking at the cameras, they reminisced about a fishing trip him and his wife had taken, and to be able to see the White River, he said how it just brings that back. And they're on there 4 or 5 times a week, just saying, "Oh, remember when?" So it. Very cool for us. Very, very cool.
There you go. It's been This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora, Century 21 LeMac Realty, the Z Team. 870-405-0793 is the number. Give them a call. We'll be back with This Week in Sports. Welcome back. We wanted to make some mention of some sport things that are going on tonight. The Bombers and Lady Bombers will host Greenwood at the Hangar tonight, and tomorrow will be the Bomber wrestling team, the boys team, will be hosting the regional tournament, and that will be a full day of fun.
That will be. It should be some of the best in the North region, and they're going to battle it out for a spot at state. Only the top 4 in each weight class move on.
And Mountain Home has 2 or 3 seeded number 1.
I think 3. I believe there's 3 on the boys' side.
And that'd be Austin, Ethan,
yes,
and Noah,
and
not Noah,
Elijah Lag. Yep.
And folks, if you've never been to a high school wrestling match, this is the opportunity for you to come right here at the Hangar tomorrow morning, sometime between 10 and 10:30 is when they'll start. The door will probably open well before that.
Oh yeah.
You have to buy your ticket online.
You can go there. They will have a tablet. You still got to go online on the tablet to purchase it.
Okay.
So you'd have to have a credit card or something
like that. So they'll swipe your card for you?
Yeah. Well, you got to put it into the system because you cannot actually purchase a ticket there.
Okay.
You got to still do it online.
Okay.
But they'll have a tablet there where you can go online.
But you can use that to get online.
Yeah, so you have to put your credit card information and stuff like that to get it. So
that'll be good. This is not WWF wrestling? Or WWE or whatever it is.
This is
WW something.
It's not wrestling. It's wrestling. It's high school wrestling. Try to inflict your will over somebody else while they try to do the same to you. It'll be some good battles. It really will be.
It will be. It'll be a good time. There. How many different schools are coming?
Gosh, quite a few. I don't know if they got 10 maybe. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I'd have to look at their conference.
But there's how many classifications? 14? 13?
14 weight classes.
14 weight classes, and they'll be wrestling in every class.
Every class but one. They've got an open spot. I mean, they will be at the tournament, but Mountain Home's got one open spot. But other than that, they got a good chance to run it up. I mean, run it all. I mean, I'm hoping a lot of good things, and like I said, it's a battle for a spot to go.
Basketball games tonight on XL7-TV. You can watch them there if you'd like to. We'll be bringing that to you live. Wrestling tournament tomorrow. Don't know if they're going to have that broadcast on YouTube or anything yet. We'll try to figure that out. But tonight's tonight. Bombers take on Greenwood at the hangar. We appreciate you watching. We'll see you Monday. XL7.